Hello everyone! It's Laura here, and apparently we've had some fun funkiness with the live stream schedule. So I might be early, 1 hour early for some people, or late for other people, or on time I guess for other people. I don't know at this point. I think there was some mix-up with the daylight savings time on our live stream schedule, so mass confusion. Hi, Shannon. Hello. So for me, I'm an hour early, and I don't know how long I'm supposed to go till. Hi, Linda. Hi, Christina. So we're gonna be fine though. We'll figure it out. So I drew this page. This is a brand new page just for this event, and you guys can see this is the original. This is the graphite and pen drawing. Now I did it in grayscale and in line art. So there's an option. You guys know I prefer line art, so I did a line art version, but I also did a grayscale version. So we kind of have some options here. Hi, Paula. How you doing? Hello. So yeah, so I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, who is excited for Christmas? Normally at this time of the year, I have all my decorations up and I'm already like ready to go. Well, this year it's been a little bit crazy, so I haven't put up my decorations yet, but I am going to. I'm really excited. Hopefully sometime next week I'll be able to put up my decorations. So, but I'm just so excited, and I love Christmas time and I love the holidays, and I just love like getting together with the family and friends and the whole like Christmas spirit, and yeah, so I'm really excited. Hello, hi Leslie. You're here. I thought you would be in bed. Well, thanks for coming. You don't have to stay though if you're sleepy. Oh, Linda, so I have a big, I have a pet peeve about the word talent. Sorry, I'm going to go on a little spiel again. For those of you who've been watching my channel, you already know how I feel about this. But, I think Linda is new around here, so I'm just going to tell her how I feel. Linda, I am not talented in the traditional sense of the word. I have spent over 20 years painting and drawing, and when I first started drawing portraits, I was terrible. It just took a lot of practice, a lot of time. I just love it. I love art so much that I just never gave up. So those of you who want to draw, who are afraid of drawing, get frustrated that they don't get it right away on the first try, I feel you. I was there too. For a long time I was frustrated and upset and, struggled a lot with perfectionism. And then once I let go of all that and just started to enjoy myself, that's when my skills began to develop, and I really got a sense of anatomy. I drew over 400 self-portraits in high school alone. I took 8 figure drawing classes while I was going to high school. So I have a lot of training, a lot of experience. So if it's something that you want to learn, get a mirror and go ahead and draw yourself. Anatomy is fairly similar from face to face. There's obviously individual differences, but go ahead and give it a shot and try it out, because over time you will get better. I guarantee it. If you don't give up and you do it regularly, you will get better. So I very strongly believe that talent, maybe some people are naturally talented, like sports, but hard work and practice get you so much farther than any natural born talent ever will. So do not give up. And that's going to be my lecture for today. Okay, wow, I missed a lot of chat while I was ranting. Hi, Nana Mo. Hi, Kenny, and of course Sammy. Hello. Who else is here? Hi, Mandy. Hi, Sylvie. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. So yeah, if you want to learn how to draw, just go ahead and start, because that's how I learned. I just, when I first started, I didn't have any classes or anything. I was just drawing by myself, and then I got a scholarship to attend the figure drawing classes. So, okay, thank you. So if you guys want this picture, I have it severely discounted. I discounted as much as Etsy would allow me to. So it's just for a limited time. You can go ahead and grab it here at my Etsy shop. And it's like just over $1 US. So I tried to make it as cheap as I could. They only let you go up to 70% discount, so I thought that was kind of funny, but thank you, ladies. All right, thanks guys. I'm glad you like it. So I have, you guys know I like doing these watercolor backgrounds, so I was in a frantic scurry to get the background watercolored for my, I chose to print out the line art version for myself. So, but you can follow along with either the grayscale. I'm just going to move the original drawing out of the way. Hold on. So you can choose to either use the line art or the grayscale if you want to follow along. I just I'm much more comfortable. I don't really know how to do grayscale yet. I'm really not sure how to approach that. So I just figured I would choose the line art version. So what I did is I just did a quick watercolor wash. I think I've done this several times on stream. I wanted it to be dry enough to color over for the stream. So I was frantically, while I was in Heather's stream, I was like frantically trying to get this done because I thought I had another hour. So yay! So it's kind of messy, but that's okay. I'll show you how I'm going to clean it up. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Heather. All right. Let's see. Oh, don't worry, Sammy, you can totally relax. Just because you're a mod doesn't mean you have to do anything. If you're not feeling well, just relax and enjoy. All of the links are down in the description below for anybody who is looking for them, both for the stream schedule and also for this drawing. So, no, Sylvie, it's just discounted. So anybody just shows up to my shop, it's already, I think it's like $1 something US dollars in my Etsy shop. So don't worry about that. Yeah, Kenny. Thank you for buying it. I hope you enjoy coloring it. Let's see. I'm just watching the chat here. Oh, Vicky, so the live stream schedule is a little funky. Eastern Standard Time is GMT +5, and so that's where the confusion is coming in. It's because of daylight savings time. So I thought I was on at 4, but it's 3 p.m. now. So I'm just going to start a little bit early. I'm just waiting for people maybe to get notifications if they still get my notifications. I don't even know if that works anymore. Yeah, so yeah, Sammy, don't work today. We've got plenty of mods in the stream, and all of the links are in the description below, so people can just go and find them. Please don't stress out. All right. Hi, Sue. Hi, Nanamo. Okay, guys. All right. Thank you, guys. If you're getting this, I'm going to... We're going to go a little bit longer because I think I have, you know... I'm a little confused about the schedule. Let me look at it really quick. So we have Reading with Pugs is on at 8, which should be 7 my time, I think. So I'm going to definitely go until 6 p.m. my time because that's what it says on the schedule. But we might have like a long stream today. And I'm going to do as much as I can of this. Oh, Sammy. I hope you feel better, sweetheart. So before we get going, just in the chat, let's just get a sense of how much everybody is ready for Christmas already. Just by saying me or I am or whatever, how many people have already decorated their house for Christmas? Oh, Kenny, you can go shower. Don't be dirty on my account. I'm going to be here for a while, honey. Shannon, thank you. Time conversions, they're so much fun. Nobody has decorated for Christmas yet? What? Come on, I know Sammy has, so there's that. Who else? Katrina? No, not Leslie yet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know you, Sammy. I saw your pictures. They're beautiful. All right, Amanda. So exciting. All right, Romy, you've decorated too? Kenny. Well, you'll be dirty if you don't shower, Kenny. All right, Green Blazer. That's awesome. All right, Heather. Yeah, I saw that little, like those decorations in the background of your face cam. All right, Linda. I can't wait for Christmas either. Yeah, Shannon. Oh my gosh, Shannon's dad's house is amazing, guys. Shannon, you're going to have to post that on Instagram or something because that is like epic right there. Awesome. Yeah, everybody, if you wanna post your if you wanna share your Instagram name so you can go check out your Christmas decorations, please feel free in the chat. I love seeing what other people do. I get inspired all the time by other people's decorations. So, all right, Nanamo. Kenny. Shannon. Yeah, just missed a little, you know. Just Febreze yourself, Kenny. Alright, sorry, I'm gonna stop teasing Kenny. Alright, guys. Alright, so it looks like that's about everybody who's decorated. That's cool. I'm really excited for Christmas. I'm gonna be a little bit lonely for my little sister who is not going to be around for Christmas, but I have some, in case she watches, I'm not going to say anything more, but I do have some special things planned for her, so, yeah. Anyway. Okay, guys. I should stop procrastinating and get going, Kenny. Yeah, we'll never know, Kenny. We can't smell you. This is not smell-o-vision. Oh, thank God. I don't know if I would want smell-o-vision. I mean, sometimes maybe, I guess, but... Okay, guys. Alright, so let's start out first with the skin, just because I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this, but let's get as much done as we can. So today I have here the Luminance pencils. I'm gonna try and use as few colors as possible, just to kind of, if you want to buy singles, you can. But this is a recent gift that I was given, and I'm just, you know, honestly, for skin tones, I am obsessed with these pencils. I had only a small set. I think you guys have seen this before, but I'm just going to show you. So before I got the full set, I had this small set right here, and I still have them, of pencils. So let's just make sure they're in camera. Yeah. So these pencils here are what I have been using for the past, I would say, 6 months or so. I just bought them every month or so. I'd buy one or two individually and just sort of grew a collection of skin tones. And you can see the ones I love the most. They're already getting sort of short. But I've just been loving these pencils. So now I have the entire set. So this was a beautiful gift that was given to me recently by a sweet friend. And so I'm not going to use all of them, but I will try to stick to a limited palette on this guy. Hi, Abby. Of course Abby comes to see us. Hi, how you doing? You woke up from your nap? Are you coming into the camera? Of course you are. Hi, let's grab her before she gets all up in our business. Hi. I know. Alright. It wouldn't be a stream complete without Abby girl. Kenny. Yeah, so I've been really excited about these and been playing with them a lot, and I'm like, you know what? If I feel like using them, I should use them in a stream. So, but I'm gonna try and use some of my tried and true favorites for now. I'm just going to pull some colors, that way we can kind of be quickly getting to work here. Yeah, my favorites, those shorties. I've got these short short pencils. Sorry, I'm coloring one-handed right now, trying to get a sense of, yeah. So if anybody's wondering, my most used skin tones in the Luminance set are the burnt ochre 10%, burnt ochre 50%, and the regular burnt ochre. So that is, if you're looking for the numbers, 872, 876, and 077. These three I use the most out of any of the pencils for both light and dark skin tone. Now for dark skin tone, I tend to also add burnt sienna and also sepia. So that's 069 and 407. So if you're only looking to get a very small set of Luminance pencils to try them out, and you love drawing portraits like I do, these are the 5 pencils that I would recommend the most. Now I do use the white, that's 001, for blending sometimes, but the other pencils I very rarely use. So I bought them thinking I would use them more, and honestly don't really use them as much. So benefit from my experience and don't buy all of them if you don't want to or you can't afford them. Oh, hi Sylvie. Thanks for joining. Yeah, a lot of people use buff titanium. I just have a hard time because it's got a yellow hue to it. And I don't know why, but maybe because my skin tone is really pink, I just end up coloring much more red, red skin tones. But there's no right or wrong. There's so many different colors of skin out there. I'm just sharing what I tend to prefer. Yeah. Does anybody have the Carbothellos? No, I have not tried those yet. I'm sorry, Charlotte, but if I do get them, I will do a stream with them. But yeah, I realized I have not really streamed with my Luminance that much, so I was like, you know what, let's go, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's get started. I'm gonna start out first with, sharpening this guy, because he is just about, so I've got my handy dandy sharpener that I made. If you guys want to see how this is made, I did a video like a month or so ago on how I did it. Hi Zeely. Okay, so enough chit chat. Let's get right to it. So I'm going to start first. If you're using the line art like me, you're going to need to establish where the lights and darks are first. So I'm just going to start out in a kind of inconspicuous area, and we're going to kind of slowly build up the lights and darks as we go. So I'm going to start over here. Let me make sure I'm in camera. That would help. And maybe zoom in. Let's see. Zoomy, zoomy. There we go. So please don't mind my messy background. Unfortunately, I just did not have a whole lot of time. There we go. Didn't have a whole lot of time. I was unprepared. Thought I had a whole nother hour. You use carbon fillers. They are amazing, but I haven't tried them over marker. Alright, thanks, Sammy. So yeah, Charlotte, maybe check out Sammy's channel for that. Hi, Colorfila. Hello. Hello, everybody. Alright, so I'm using 876, which is burnt ochre 50%, and I'm going to use a really light touch. We're just trying to establish where the lights and darks go. And then, now if you're using my grayscale, see, I don't know how to teach. Oh, Abby, no, no, no. Oh, Abby, no, 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 come here. Come here, sweetheart. No, no. Let's stay off of the desk today. Here, will you sit over here? Can you sit over here? No, of course not. She's not going to sit where I put her. That's too easy. You gonna hang out? No. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hi, Kathy. Hello. Who else did I miss? Oh, okay. All right, Sammy. Yeah, I understand. It's scary doing something you're not confident with on camera. So yeah, if you're using the grayscale, I'm not really sure how to teach that because I really haven't. I have not colored grayscale. But I wanted to provide it because a lot of people have been asking me to do grayscale. So I know how to draw grayscale, but I don't know how to color it. But maybe that's something I should practice. I should try it and see if I like it. But I thought for today I would just do something I'm more familiar with. Oh, that's awesome! Alright. Thanks, Green Blazer. I'll go check it out after the stream is over. Yay! I love seeing Christmas posts. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Charlotte, Sammy is awesome. Okay. So we're gonna just so you can see I'm not worried about making it smooth or perfect. This area will actually be quite dark, but just getting a feel for the pencils on the paper, establishing where the lights and darks will go. And I do it in areas that are less obvious if I make a mistake at first, just so I can kind of get warmed up and ready to go. So doing under the hairline, we know that's going to be dark. And I'm going to do the same lighting situation as my grayscale version, so that way if you are using the grayscale, you can, I hope, follow along at least a little bit. So you can see I'm not worried about small circular motions or being really perfect. This is going to be darker than how it is now. So if we make a mistake or we mess up, that's totally fine. I'm going to switch over to here, because I know this will be dark over here. A lot of people ask about noses, so what I do is I start with the line of the eyebrow and I go all the way straight down and kind of follow the edge of that nose. And then it's like a triangle shape, including the nostril. So all of that will be in shadow. So we're not being super fussy right now. We're just going to get the basic idea of where everything is going to go. And then we'll work on smooth transitions and more depth. I hope you guys can see this okay. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yep, I am using the Bristol Vellum. It's not the smooth, it's the vellum surface. It is one of my favorite papers, and Sammy knows. It takes watercolor fairly well, although since I rushed with this, it did buckle, so I'm going to have to flatten it out later. But usually it takes watercolor really well, which is why I like it. And it also has like a toothy surface, so it's not super smooth. Really nice for layering. I love the Strathmore paper in general. I use the drawing paper a lot too if I'm not going to use watercolor. It also takes marker really well, and just about any other medium that you can think of. I've used acrylic paint on it without a whole lot of water. So I just, for mixed media and for coloring, yeah, I love the Strathmore Bristol. And I think I have that. Oh no, I don't have it. What I'll do is after the video is over, I'll put links in the description below for all the materials I used for today's video. So just check back in like a day or so. And we will get all that sorted for you. So this lady here, she's an ice elf. The story behind this is actually kind of, it's a short story. So, some of you may be familiar with my first book, which is called Bluebell Woods, and in that book I wrote short stories for every single coloring page. I think I write stories for just about every page I draw, actually. So in that book, I sort of came up with this imaginary magical forest called Bluebell Woods, which is based on a real place. There are actually bluebells that bloom every year in a woodsy forest path that me and my mom visit every year. So, and I think actually I have some photos on my website about that. If you guys are interested, I can kind of take a look and see if I still have those up on my website. But anyway, so this elf is bringing in the winter, the frosty weather. That's sort of like the basic story behind this page. And I imagine that she might be a sister to Sweet Pea, the other elf I have in my Etsy shop, who might be like a springtime elf. So I just have so much fun coming up with these random stories. I don't know. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, if you love bluebells, hold on. It's like miles and miles. Let's see if I can find it really quick. Bluebell. Where is it? It's in my photography section. We walk in the bluebells every springtime. They bloom, and it's like miles and miles of like a carpet of bluebells. It's amazing. It's so magical. Where is it? My website has too many things on it. Ha! Here it is. Yep, from 2016. So we do it every year, but I I don't always post about it online, but you can see some pictures of the place that inspired that book right there. Nanamo. Hello, Alicia. I hope I said that okay. Hi, Christina. Hello. Yeah, Nanamo. I love all sorts of flowers, not just bluebells, but when we first started going there as kids, it just, I don't know, because it's early in the spring, it just seems so magical. Like after all the wintertime deadness of all the plants being barren and hibernating. I don't know, it just always felt really super magical. That it would be like this huge carpet for miles and miles. You could walk and walk and walk and just see, like, all you saw for miles was just all these bluebells. And the photos don't capture it. It's so hard to photograph because it's like a whole experience going there. Alright, so we're already sort of figuring out where the main lights and darks are going. And I usually always work this way, where I sort of like gradually build up. So I'm using a very light touch, and you can see I'm not being super precise or very, you know, I'm not being super neat about it. That's okay, because we'll get there. And these pencils blend so well. Okay, and then there'll be some shadows under her nose. So let's do that really quick. I hope you guys can see okay. You know, with this new camera, I have a hard time telling. Let me look in my app. Let's see. You're welcome, Nanamo. Yeah, and if you, Nanamo, if you prefer, I do have a grayscale version where there's a lot of shading already on the nose. And there's 3 different versions of the grayscale. There's a light, a medium, and a dark version. So I've tried to kind of cover the bases for everybody. But I just love line art, and I just wanted to color it this way. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit under the chin here. And then we've kind of mapped out where all of our lights and darks are going. Now they're not as dark as they need to be, but we're just quick sketching everything right now. So let's do the neck too, just to get that going. Now even in the line art, I've given kind of hints as to where the shoulder, the collarbone goes. That's right here. And then we're going to have like a section. Oh, kitty hair. Sorry guys. Oh wait, am I off camera? Of course I'm off camera. You can do whatever you want, Nanamo. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, going forward, I'm going to try and do that with each page. It's hard to, you know, like, some of the drawings that I've done in the past, they're either I've given them away and they're no longer in my possession, or you know, it's just they're older drawings basically. So, but going forward, I feel like since so many people have been asking me for grayscale, that I'm gonna try. What I do is first I do the line art version, and then I scan it in, and then I do the grayscale version. The grayscale versions take so long though, so that's why I charge a little bit more for those, because a line art will take about 20 something hours. The grayscale will take about, this one took about 50 hours to grayscale. So it's just like so much extra work, but I don't mind doing it if you guys need it or if you want it. So yeah, we're just getting this general idea. You can see I'm not being super precise, just sort of scribbling down where I think the lights and darks go. Now we're going to darken everything up. But I do want her to have fairly pale skin since she's an ice elf. I thought that would be appropriate. I'm also going to mix in, I think, some blues into her skin, which can be a little scary sometimes because it might make them look a little dead. But with the background, I think I can get away with it. So we're going to try and do that. Because you guys know I like to do stuff like that. I'm weird. I'm just kind of sketching, trying to see where all the darks are going to go. I'm just leaving the lights, which will be later a darker color as well. I'm just leaving them white for now on the paper. But this is how I figure out, when I'm sketching by myself, this is how I figure out where everything goes. And then I just build up in layers over time. It makes it less stressful. I don't know how people go in like with the color they need on the first go. That's not my method. But okay. Oh, awesome, Nanimo. I'm glad that it seems like people are liking the grayscale. So you should charge more. Yeah, Charlotte, it is going to be more. It's just that I discounted it for this week because of the event. So I did a little special. But yeah, it will go up in price after next week is done. I think the 14th is the last day that it'll be on sale. So don't worry. I am charging more. Awesome, Nanimo. Yeah, the background was very quick. I did it like if you guys were in Heather's stream, I was watching her stream, and then she's like, "You're on in an hour." I'm like, "What?" And then I like ran around. I'm like, "I gotta get my watercolors." And I actually kind of like I was using my heat gun, and I kind of like burned the paper. Oh, I don't know if you can see it in the stream. Hold on. I didn't burn my drawing, but I burned the desk paper. I cover my desk with paper. Kind of like burned it a little with the heat gun. I'm like, whoops, my bad. So I was frantically like trying to get sorted out, but luckily we'll be all right. So, but we'll fix up the background where it's kind of sloppy with pencil. Oh, thank you for inviting me, Vicky. This is so much fun. I'm really glad that you invited us to do this. Okay, so now that we have like all of our skin tone kind of blocked in, I hope it's picking up on camera okay. What we're gonna do... No, don't be sorry, Heather. I thought it was hilarious, and your stream was so much fun. So if you guys missed Heather's stream, she's there in the chat. You want to go and click on her name and go and watch her last stream. It was so funny. We talked about everything from the snakes in the house and Kitty's giving us gifts to all sorts of other things. It was a really fun stream. So hi, Cat and Paste. Yeah. Not in my house. Abby does not bring me gifts. She's an indoor cat, so we're good. But I think it was Raquel. She had a snake that was brought to her by her kitty cat, so that was funny. Okay, so now I'm going to switch. Let's actually grab a, let's see here, what color? I have the color chart somewhere around here. I think it's in one of these. Where did I put it? Chart. Excuse me, I've lost my color chart. Where did I put it? Ruh-roh, Raggy. Where is it? Where did you go? Is it in this one? Oh, hello. It's in this one. So I swatched my Luminance. Let's see what color. I do want to add some other colors besides the skin tones I've selected. 661. Alright. So before we get heavy into the skin tone, I do want to use some of this 661 light cobalt blue, and I know the camera's not going to pick this up, so, but that's the color. This is the way it looks on the cap. And I'm going to add this in to some of the areas that I know will be in shadow, but I want to kind of cool it off and kind of help mesh it with the background. So I'm just going to, let's see, are we zoomed in enough? And this is the part, if you want to skip it, you can. It's just going to give like an atmospheric glow to her skin. Because she's an ice elf, I want to do this, but you don't have to do this if you don't want to. So again, just using a really light touch. And just in this shadow section, just like a little weird, like almost a triangular. I'm not going to go all the way up. I want her cheeks to have some red in them, like she's flushed with the cold. But just down here near her chin and also on her neck. Let's do right here. Just like, and I'm using a light touch. You don't need a whole lot of this in there. But it will give it definitely a feeling of being part of the environment. Oh, can you see this okay? Oh, Nanamo, this is 661 light cobalt blue. Just a very, very light, beautiful, pale, icy blue. So pretty. I've been using this color so much lately. Ever since I got this set, I'm like obsessed with this color. Don't know why. I cannot explain it. Okay. Also going to put some here right on the shoulder. I'm just putting it in the shadow side of the face and the neck. I'm not going to worry about the light side of the face and the neck. We're not going to add that there. But I found that if you add cool colors like blues and purples to the shadow sides of the face and the skin, then it does give it much more depth. And I tend to use whatever color is being used in the background to kind of tie everything together. Okay, since ears are traditionally a little bit pinker than the rest of the face, I'm going to actually leave that alone. Maybe just add a little bit right there. Like that. And I think that might be the only places I use this color. Let's just add another little layer right here. Maybe right under her hair. Oh yeah, her hairline, because I'm going to make her hair like an icy blue color, so that would work really well. So let's do it under the hairline as well. Wait, am I on camera again? Heather, you're in rare form today. You are so funny. Okay. That's so funny. Okay. Hi, Rosemary. Nanima. Uh-huh. Happy girl. What? What? She's so funny. It's not dinner time yet. Wait, are you an hour early too? Everybody's an hour early today? She's something else. She's like, why are you streaming this late in the day? It doesn't make any sense. So just adding this color in. We can layer more in later if it's not enough. Yeah? What do you think? It's not enough? No? You guys should see her face. She's looking at me with the feed me eyes. Such a cutie. Oh, thanks, guys. It's the meds, not you. All right, Heather, whatever works. You're so funny. Okay. Happy girl. Hi. Alright, so now let's go in, let's switch to a new color, and I'm trying to keep the colors I'm using to the side here so that way I can list them later for you. Let's switch to Burnt Ochre 077. This is much darker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just, again, really light layers, just kind of go in the areas where I know it's going to be super dark. But I'm not going to go the full strength yet. Let's actually zoom in now, even more. Of course, this means I have to be vigilant about being on screen. Oops. Okay, this is also a very red brown. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to layer other colors over it to kind of knock that reddish tone back. But I'm going to start with the eye, right at the crease of the eyelid. That's always really dark. And also this little area right near the bridge of the nose always gets this nice shadow. Depending on what side's the dark side of the face. This is the dark side, that's the light side. So let's also go the crevice in the corner of the eye here. I hope you guys can see okay. Is the shadow? Let's bring the light a little closer down. It's starting to get dark outside. Oh, thanks, Nanimo. Yeah, I did my nails in Sammy style. I don't know if you guys can see, but I did my my ring finger in a different color than the other fingers. I think Sammy's the one that does that. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place about the time. Yeah, GMT time. Yeah, I don't know what to tell yet. I think the schedule is just a little funny because of daylight savings, but I figured I would come on early and just end the same time that I thought I was gonna end. So we're gonna maybe have a longer stream than I thought. And I definitely will have to go feed Abby at some point because she's already yapping at me about that. You're hungry? Why? It's an hour early, Ab. She's on GMT time too. I think you're right, Nanimo. So now just getting the apples of the cheeks here, just under the cheekbone. Sammy. Abby, come here, you. Come here. Come here. No, you're not going to get food right now. You hungry tummy. Come here. You're so funny. Stop yapping. Huh? Yeah, you're okay. You just want attention? Of course you do. Alright, so now I'm coloring one-handed. Trying to keep it all in camera. Oh, hello. So now here I'm taking my time. We've already established where the lights and darks go, so now I'm trying to kind of smooth my scribble out and just work gently and try and figure out more details about the lights and darks. No, Abby, that's the camera. You're so funny. Okay, so all of those of you who want nose tips, we're going right here under the nostril here. Now that's going to be super dark, so I'm going to actually leave it for now. Just kind of follow the line here of this semicircle and then follow right on through down. Thanks, Abs. You're so cute. She's licking my face. Hi. Thank you. Was I dirty? Maybe me and Kenny both need a shower. Wait, that sounded wrong. I didn't mean it that way, Kenny. This is an adult coloring channel, folks. So, oh, see you later, Leslie. Thanks for coming. You brought a baby birdie in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Kitty cats. Bringing in gifts for everybody. Abby, don't bring me anything, okay? You're good just how you are. I don't need any presents. Abby's giving me a face massage with her face. She's like rubbing all over me. You're so funny. Hi, I love you too. Such a sweet cat. Hi. Okay, alright. No, you're not getting on the table. I'm sorry. No. You wanna get down? No, you just want me to pay more attention to you. I get it. No, Abs. No. Oh. Guys, she wants to be the star of the show for sure. Hold on, let me zoom out in case she gets up here. Yeah, here she comes. Oh goodness. Hello. Hi. Hello. Don't. Alright, Lay down. Yeah, it wouldn't be complete without Abby getting on the camera. Okay, hi. Okay, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Oh, Abby. Come on, leave it. Sorry, guys. This is a live show. Hi, kitty butt. This is good. You just settle down. You are something else today. Come on, move. Come here. Come back. Come here. I know. You want to be on camera. I get it. Just settle down, okay? Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. Let's see how long she stays in my arms. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I know, kitty cam, right? Yeah, one of these days I'll have to set up a see, the thing is I would have to literally hire somebody to follow her around, because she doesn't, even though she's so old, she is not the kind of cat that stays still for very long unless she's like in my lap. So that would be kind of tricky. So if there's anybody in the Philly area who wants to volunteer for kitty cam, you just give me an email. We'll work it out. Oh, no. Are you going down? Okay. Where are you going? Now she's exploring my art supplies. That's fine. Nothing toxic is out. Abs. Yeah. Okay. You are something else. What a nut. You want to sit behind me? You want to sit behind me? No. Hi, Nick and Tina. We're having a kitty interlude. Oh my goodness. This is so funny. Alright, Sammy, enjoy your tea. Alright, back to it. We're still using 077. And now let's move down here. Now, just under the chin is traditionally very dark, just because the light is coming from above, so it's going to be blocked by her face just under her chin. I mean, just under her chin, yeah. I can talk. See here. Hi, Lulu. How you doing? How is everybody? All right. So I'm so excited for tomorrow. You guys, this stream-a-thon is not just today, but it's also tomorrow. So the link for the schedule is in the description. I'm not sure how accurate it's going to be, considering my time is a little off, but we'll all figure it out. So those times might be approximate and not not 100% accurate, but just, you know, if you want to, you can go ahead and follow everybody's channels and put on that little notification bell, and it should tell you when they go live, and that's the best way. Like when Heather went live a little early, you know, it told me because I have her notifications on, so I was able to pop in anyway. And so Heather and Connie CB also have streamed already today, so if you missed it, you can go ahead and check out their channels. I'm going to be watching back Connie's later today. I was in a meeting, so I didn't have a chance to pop into that one, but yeah, so go ahead and support the other coloring. And yeah, we'll have a really awesome lineup. Tomorrow we have Sammy, I know, and we also have a bunch of other people. Belinda, I believe. And, oh, I'm glad they helped, Charlotte. Yeah, we have, let's see, we've got Reading with Pugs after me. So I'll be there checking out that one. And then we have Belinda tomorrow. That might be really early for me. I'm not sure about these times though, so now I'm a little bit, but it looks like 2 a.m. for me, so I might not be able to make Belinda. And then we have Vicky and Sammy and Honor tomorrow as well, so it's a really nice lineup of coloring. Oh yeah, Charlotte, I'm sure you do. Oh, that's okay, Vicky. Don't worry. Well, you know, it happens. We'll sort it out. Yeah, I think what it is like, I know Eastern Standard Time is GMT +5 now because of daylight savings, so I think that's where it went wrong. But it's only an hour off, so we'll all be all right. We'll all sort it out. Alright, so under her lips here, let's do a little bit of shading. I forgot to do that before, but that's alright. This is how I work. I jump around. When I see something that needs work, then I go there and do it. Let's see, what time is it? Abby is so hungry. It's 4 o'clock, Abs. Yeah, Vicky, it's cool. It's gonna be just fine, though. We're all confused. Yeah, that's okay, though. It just adds a little more interest to the whole streamathon. You gotta keep you on your toes. You just gotta check back and see what's happening every once in a while. We're doing the can you guess what time it is streamathon. Oh my goodness, we're so funny. Okay. It was funny because, like, in Heather's stream, like, she's like, oh, you're on in an hour. I'm like, what? I am? Okay. Oh, man. So what I like about the Lumies is they layer and layer and layer, and especially on a slightly toothy paper like this, you can really go quite a lot of layers. But they're so soft that they burnish easily. They're so easy on my hands too, like I'm barely even touching the paper. They're just so easy to work with. And you guys know I love my Prismas. Well, these are like even softer, I think, than Prisma's. And so if you love soft pencils, you will love these. If you don't, if you like polys, you probably won't like these at all. So it sort of depends on your preference. If you don't like this type of pencil, you can use another brand. For sure. I'm just showing because I just wanted to use them basically. That's why I'm using them. Okay, getting some of the darks kind of situated here. I'm gonna do a little bit right under her eye here to show more of her eye socket and that under eyelid. And let's do some of her forehead too. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, Sammy. Yeah, just enjoy and lay back, relax. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you feel better, hon. Yeah. No, I totally get it. Uh-oh, is it snowing out? Seriously? Did the Icebringer elf bring snow? Seriously? I just heard somebody shoveling out there. Oh my word. Well, good thing I'm not going anywhere for the rest of the day. I already had my meeting earlier, so we're good. Yeah, it's like, what is it doing? Oh, it's like freezing rain, sleeting kind of thing, I think. Let's look up. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know. Uh-huh. Yeah, let Andrew wait on you, Sammy. Tell him to go get you some tea. He's such a nice fellow. Okay, so just jumping around. We're gonna just, I mean, this is how I work. I don't really focus on any one spot at any one time. It kind of just all happens organically, and I thought I would just show the true process of how I work. Instead of trying to do it in a more organized way just for you guys, because I don't want you to think you have to be organized. If you feel you want to work disorganized the way I do and kind of jump all around, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong way to do it, is what I'm trying to get at. You work whatever way is more comfortable to you. But it's funny for me, like once I see one spot gets darker, then I'm like, oh, now this needs to get darker, and I kind of just work all over until it seems to come together. It might not be for everybody though. I know a lot of people like work in a different way. So there's no right or wrong way. But I thought I would just show you the way I do it, because that's the only way I really know how. some more shadow over here now. Okay, so that looks a little too dark, but I think once I get everything else around it, it'll be fine. Oh good, Cindy, you color the same way. Yeah, I think there's yeah, I think there's all sorts of ways to approach it, so I don't think there's any right way. But we're gonna be just fine. And if you color a different way and you want to approach it in a different manner, that's totally cool too. Feel free to just like watch the end result and then sort of do it in your own way. There's so many approaches. Like I see some people, like I watch their work, you know, and like pencil artists who work from the top down and do everything like finished as they go. I'm like, wow, I don't even know how they do that. That's crazy. It's almost like they're printing, you know, like like I don't know how they do that. I can't do that. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I just can't. I don't even know how that happens. Oh wow, Nanimo, you've got Happy Meal coming for sure. Oh, you're welcome, Nanimo. Yeah, so I'm going to darken up the cheeks for sure. But yeah, I just developed the drawing all at once. And I just use lots of light layers, and it just makes it so much less stressful for me. I can really like meditate and zone out, not I don't know, it's just so relaxing to me. Especially once I get the drawing done. The drawing is actually, I think, the most stressful part of it because I got to get the proportions right. But then after I've got the drawing done, and you guys have the drawing, so you don't have to worry about that bit. The coloring bit is what's super relaxing, so at least to me. So I'm kind of ignoring her eyebrows for right now. I will go in and do those when I do the hair. So it might look a little funny for now. Same with her mouth is not done yet. It's going to look a little weird. We're just focusing on the skin for now. Hi. Oh yeah? Sorry, I'm talking to my kitty cat. Oh, hi. Hi. Let's see. Oh, how exciting, Kenny. Congrats. Oh, that's so sweet. Yay. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Well, I don't blame you if we don't see you then, Kenny, because, you know. You should go take a shower, Kenny. Go take a shower. It's okay. I'll be here when you get back. Oh my goodness. You need to get all fancy for him, right? Uh-huh. here. Kenny. Alright, you do your thing. I guess it doesn't take 6 hours to get ready. You're good. So I try to always work on all areas of the skin all at once. So the neck, the ears, any bits that are showing, it just makes it easier. You don't have to remember what colors you used or the order that you use them in. Again, I know other people do it in different ways, like they'll do the face first and then the neck and then, you know, other parts of the body. That's okay too. Just for me personally, I just find that I have a hard time matching exactly what layers and what colors I've used. So this is the way I go about that. Abby, you really are hungry, aren't you? Maybe I will go feed her early. I think my kitty's still on regular GMT time and not daylight savings. Usually she's snapping, but she woke up early. Yeah, you woke up early, Ab? Alright, let's see here. Oh, okay. Yes, I get you, Kenny. Alright, so you've already showered once today. You're not dirty. You're fine. Got it. Yeah, it does feel good on the muscles. I agree. Oh my goodness. Nanamo, you're funny. It takes you 6 hours to iron out the wrinkles. I remember when I first started dating Mark, I would spend so long getting ready. And now, like, he just drops by and I'm like in my pajamas. My hair's not done. Like, it's so funny. You know, I'll still, when we go out for a date or something, I still get ready, but nowadays he sees the you know, at home, comfy Laura, I guess. Heavy. Alright guys, I think I'm going to take a quick break and feed the kitty cat because she is just, you should see her face. She is so upset at me right now. I'm going to zoom out just so you can see the whole drawing. It's a little bit bright, isn't it? Hold on, let me darken it down a little bit. This is, there we go. That's a little more true to life. Although my hands look dark now. I see what Dee Dee is saying about the color not being right, but there you go. Anyway, the drawing looks okay. I will be right back, and then we can keep going. Oh, here, let me put, in case somebody comes in. Okay. All right, I hear ya. Okay. Yep, we're getting you some food. Just calm down. medicine? Come here. Come here. Let me look at you. Come here. Your ears look okay, huh? Come here. Yeah, you silly goody. Yeah, you look okay. Can we skip your medicine for right now? What do you think? How's your tummy feel? Let me look. Yeah, you look okay. Alright, sweetheart. Go. Now, I'm giving this to you early. That doesn't mean you get your snack early, okay? So just eat it. Take your time. Silly goose. Oh my word. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Oh, nice to see you, Charlotte. Yep, we'll be at Jen's for sure. Oh my goodness. Coloring Down Under. I don't know if I've seen you here before. What's your name? Hi, Gabrielle. Hello. Alright, so let's zoom back in and we're going to get going. The kitty is happily eating. I'm sure she'll want to play, but we'll be fine. Okay. So this is where we're at so far. I was using, I believe, 077. Oh, kitty hair. So let's see here. Kind of want to swap back really quick to our blue color. Do I want a different blue though? Yeah, I think maybe... Let me just see how this layers really quickly. Where's the color we... Yeah, so this is what we have down. Yep, nope, it's the one we picked. Okay, cool. Alright. So I'm going to grab the one we were using earlier, which is 661 light cobalt blue. And I'm going to layer some more of this into the shadow sides of the face. Thanks, Nanamo. Let's see here. Did I miss Coloring Down Under? Oh, Cindy, I'm using the Caran Luminance Pencils. So far, we've only used 3 different colors. We used 876, which is burnt ochre 50%. We use 077, which is burnt ochre. And we use light cobalt blue, which is 661, which is the one we're going to be using now. So I'm going to try and use a very limited palette here. That way, if you just want to buy a couple single pencils, it's not going to break the bank. You can also use other brands. I would recommend, if you are using a soft pencil, Prismacolor is also really nice for this. And they have a lot of similar colors. So that would be, I would say, my recommendation if you like soft pencils. But I just, I haven't really used these a whole lot, and I was just dying to give them a go, so I figured I would give them a try. So just sort of matching up the values that we have elsewhere in these bluer areas. And now you can kind of see the pencil, the paper texture kind of coming through. That's okay because we'll burnish, and these pencils are so soft that they will settle into the cracks of the paper. Hi. Sorry if let's see if I can bring the light down a little closer. Casting shadows on the page. So what I like about this is it's very similar to the color I was using for the background, the watercolor. Really kind of ties everything together. Let's see. Vicky. It means that you don't have to buy the full set in order to participate, basically. Break the bank. That's an expression. It means like spend all of your money, basically. Sorry, I think I used a... Oh, okay, you're joking. Okay. Just using silly expressions. Okay. Let's see here. Where do I want to go from here? Alright, so I am going to introduce a new color. Just have to decide what. Whoa, Abby, don't go in there. Yeah, hi, cutie. Now you have a lot of energy and you want to get into everything? That's typical. Hi. Come here. Abby girl. No, I don't want you to come up here, honey. You always bump the camera. Oh, here she goes. Sorry, let me zoom out. So that way at least you're not going too seasick. Hi. Alright. Hello. That's just another kitty intermission. Hey, sweetheart, come here. Come on. Are you gonna say hi to everybody? Hello. Oh, she's turning off lights. You're turning off all the lights? They're like touch lights, and if she rubs her face against them, they turn off. Okay, leave it alone. Okay, this is I know. You are so sweet and this is chaos right now. I'm really sorry, guys. Let me move the lights up and out of the way. Abby, are you a superstar? This whole stream has been... Okay, you're gonna... Yeah, oh, hi. Okay, hello. Can I move you a little bit? Let's see if we can... I don't know if you guys can see her. There she is, leaning on my arm. Hi. Hello. Say hi to everybody, Abs. Okay. see if we can move her so that way we can still color and she's on the desk. Can I just rotate you a little bit, please? No, Abby. Abby. No, of course not. Sorry guys, this is definitely a live show and she is very, very snuggly right now. Okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Yeah, you love the camera, I know. You've claimed everything. She's rubbed her face against every single thing on my desk at this point. Yes. Hi. Okay, hi. We love you. Settle down. Okay. Can I have you? Can we snuggle? No. Mm-mm. Come on, Em. This is why I don't normally stream in the afternoon, guys. This is when she's active. Okay. Oh my word. This is when she's very, she's got a lot of energy. Like normally in the morning she's sleepy, so she lets me stream. Yeah, she's happy she's eaten, Kenny. You're so right. Yeah, Vicky, it's funny. I use Luminance much more than the Derwent Lightfast. They're just more soft and I don't know. They blend easier, I think it is. I'm not really sure exactly why I use them more. Why do you use them more, Christina? I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry she was so wild. I think she's okay now. I think she's in my arms and you gonna be better? Okay. Alright. I think she's settled down. So, I'm just gonna do some dark areas of the lips. I think that might help with kind of helping us feel more a sense of where this is going. So let's use Burnt Sienna 069. This is a little bit more of a, like a, how do I explain? It's not as rich of a red, but it definitely still has some red in it, but it's much darker than the other colors that we've been using. Yeah, Burnt Sienna's right there. Yeah, Burnt Ochre is a little bit more orangey, and Burnt Sienna, I believe, is a little bit more like a muted red. So I'm just gonna go in and use, oh, let's bring the lights back down so I don't create so many shadows. There we go. That should help. Yeah, you settled in, huh? So I'm just establishing some dark areas on the lips as well. Sorry guys, I'll look at chat in just a minute. I have a kitty in my face. Like literally looking out of one eye. Trying not to mess up. Alright, looking at chat. Here we go. Yeah, Cindy, I'm the same way. I like polychromos actually better for hair. I love the Luminance for skin. I'll use Prismacolor for skin as well. I love using markers in certain spots, so like in watercolor for the background. So yeah, I think mixing it up and trying new things and learning what you love for specific things, I think that's a great idea. Let's see. Hi, Loretta. Hi, Bo. Yeah, the light fasts are okay, but I'll be honest, I don't really use my set very much. I prefer the Luminance, and I've been using the Luminance a lot. But there's, I think it's also that the Luminance has a nicer range of skin tones. They have a lot more bright colors, I think. The Derwent Light Fasts are a little bit darker. I have both sets if you guys want me to show you the difference. I can pull out my Derwents. But yeah. My fave pencils are the ones that feel like oil gliding on ice. Not sure I read that right. Which pencils are those, Cindy? Hi, Sue. Okay. So you can see this is a very, very dark brown. I don't want to get too wild with this because I want to add other lighter colors, but I'm going to use this same color also for the nostrils. Let's zoom in a little, actually. Let's get you guys up close and personal. Okay. Yeah, I think you can see this better now. Enjoy your breakfast. Okay, so just under this nostril here, just going to give it some color. Now, in the grayscale version, this is already very dark, so you might not need to do this. See, I'm not sure how to approach grayscale. That's something I'm going to have to learn. So let's also establish other really dark areas around the face. So this crease right here will be really dark because it's already in shadow and it's like a crease. Same with this guy here. And I really haven't touched the eyes yet, so I'll leave those alone for now. Oh, abs, okay. Are you gonna sit next to me? Oh, you're being a good cutie, huh? Alright, Abby is laying down next to me. I have both my arms free now. Hi, you're such a good kitty cat. Yeah, alright guys. Got my hands free. I can actually lean in again too. That's alright though. I don't mind snuggling her. She needs snuggles. Everybody needs a good cuddle here and there, right? So let's do the creases. And let's also do, now this part of the nostril here, you just want a little bit, basically to cover that gray outline with this color. And let's also go in and do some of the ear, because I feel like we're neglecting that, so let's not do that. So let's do this dark spot that would be right under the earlobe. And also, this will be really dark. I'm telling you, by establishing the really dark areas and kind of like putting them in, even if they're not as dark as they need to be, really kind of gives everything more perspective. So once I start getting stuff forming up and looking good. I like to kind of put in my darkest darks and just see where they're going to go. And we can do it. Okay, so now we're going to move on into the neck, and we're just going to establish the darkest areas there. Let's see, make sure you guys are in camera. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, you know what, Christina, I think you're right. I think it's the color selection and also the way they feel. I think it's a combination of the two. If you guys want, once I'm done this little bit, I can show you guys the difference between the Derwent Lightfast. Now, I don't have the full set of Derwent Lightfast, but I do have quite a nice selection. But I feel like the colors in the Luminance are just a lot nicer. Okay. There's that. And then also, I'm going to put some of this color just gently, kind of layer it into the cheekbone area. So you see, once you start to see one dark spot, then all the rest kind of just wants to fall into place. Like that. Okay. She's getting there. She's going to come along okay, I think. Let's zoom out, and I'm going to show you guys, since we've been talking a lot about Luminance versus the Lightfast, let's just go ahead and show you guys. So the full set of Luminance, I don't know if you guys can see these here. This is all, I have the 76 set of Luminance. It's just missing a couple of colors that we were using, but it has a really nice selection of neutral, you know, it's got a nice selection of grays and also neutral browns. So I've organized them by their color family. So all of like the burnt ochres are together, all the burnt siennas are all together. These are what, raw umber, so forth. So I've organized them by color family. But then they also have a lot of really bright rainbow colors, which I like. So you can layer them together and make just about any color that you want. So even though it's a small set, it's only 76 pencils, I feel like those are really nice. And then the Derwents, where are my Derwents? Here they are. I think these are it. So I do have the Derwent, I believe these are the 36. And you can see they have some, well, they have some nice skin tone, like they've got salmon, flesh pink, brown ochre, sienna, sepia, but they don't have the burnt ochre that I like, my favorite, at least not in this set. And, you know, they just feel a lot different. I have hardly used these, to be honest with you. I really feel like they just don't layer as nicely, and they also, I don't know, I don't like the color selection as much. The colors I do like are the mid ultramarine, the blue violet, I've used those quite a bit, and also the mallard green I feel is really nice. So if you're just looking to try these out, I would suggest getting a couple of really nice colors to try out. I think they have them open stock, so you can kind of get a feel for the difference. What I always do when I'm trying new pencils, I don't buy a full set right away. For my Luminance, I just bought a small set of about 15 pencils and just tried them out. And I tried them out so much that they became short. And once I knew that I loved them so well and that they were becoming really short, I was like, okay, you know what, I think at this point, I know I love these, and that's when I knew I wanted the full set. So the thing is about pencils is everybody's going to love something different, and there's no right or wrong answer as far as what pencil is the right pencil for you, because some people have a much heavier hand than I do, and so they'll want a harder lead pencil like the Polychromos or the Tombos. The Tombow Orogitins are gorgeous, and I'm going to be using those a lot more as well. I think I'll use the Tombos for her hair, for example. But if you have a light touch, or you have, see, I get carpal tunnel really easy, so I like to use less pressure when I'm coloring. The soft pencils like Prismacolor or these Luminance pencils are really ideal for me. So there's no right or wrong answer. I would really recommend that you guys just buy a few singles and try them out, because I think that's the best way to really know what you like. Let's zoom back in. So I hope that kind of helps people. And I think my camera got knocked around with Abby. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see. Yeah, you can mix any brand of pencil with any other brand of pencil. I've mixed all sorts of brands together, and it's not an issue. So yeah, you can just buy a couple pencils and try them out and mix them in with the other pencils you already have. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's see here. Let me look at my color chart. Burnt sienna 10%. I think I have that over here. Is that this guy? Nope. Yeah, you're welcome, Bo. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, the pencil wraps. Yeah, I love these. What's nice about them is they have a zipper. So you can I store my little color chart in that zipper pouch, and like if I take it to go with me, the reason I keep all my pencils in wraps like this is because I travel with them a lot and I take them on the road with me. So when I do that, I'll also throw in like a sharpener and like a kneaded eraser and stuff. So it's really nice. And I can show you guys really quickly. I'll put in the chat the wraps, because I know there's a lot out there and not all of them are created equally. Some are better than others. So this is one of the brands that I've purchased. How do I, here it is. Copy. So there's one brand I've purchased, and they have like a zipper on them. Alright, let's see here. So now I'm going to mix in, what color? I think this color. I'm trying to decide, no, you know what? Kind of want a more pink. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use just a little bit of this color, so you can skip it if you don't have the full set and you don't want to buy them. I just want to add a little pink in certain places to make her feel like she's cold. So I'm going to use 571, which is anthraquinoid pink. I'm sure I said that wrong, but it's number 571, so you can just look that up. And this is really dull, so let me sharpen it. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Anthraquinoid. I don't know. Anyway, it's one of those. So I like adding a little bit of pink to the nose, especially when there's cold weather outside. You know how your nose and your cheeks and your ears get real pink? I want to kind of throw this color in there and kind of make her feel like even though she's an ice elf, she still gets cold just like everybody else. She just likes the cold, that's all. She's like a polar bear. And I think this gives it a little more color depth. When we layer the other darker colors over this later, it'll still show, but it won't be as obvious. So let's also put it in her cheeks a little bit. Let's see. And what I like about this color is it's like a peachy pink. It's not a true like fuchsia magenta type pink. So it works really well for this particular job. Okay, I'm going to bring this up a little bit more into the light area of her cheekbone here. And just sort of filling in some of the texture of the paper. Okay, also going to put a little bit right below the nostril there. I think I'll use this for her lips too, but let's move to her ear. I said it right, Kenny? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Cindy, everybody has something that works better for them. I find that I like to have the rules because I usually color at a desk, or if I'm out and about, then I just, usually I'm coloring, like I put out a picnic blanket and I color outside, you know, or I draw outside. So, the rules work really well for me, but there's a product out there for everybody, so that's what's nice. But yeah, if you're looking for the exact ones I use the Demero, or there's another, the Cadello brand is another one. So anything that I'm talking about here, I will find and put links in the description below at the end of the stream, so that way you guys can go and find them and buy them yourself if you want. Because I'm not an enabler. Nope. Nope, nope. Oh man, we're so bad. Okay, so I put that pink in her ear. I like that. Let's also put a little bit right on her chin too. You just think about like what places get cold first, right? Like the extreme, like the outer bits, if you will. So like nose, ears, chin a little bit, and of course like the cheeks, they always seem to get pink. Alright, and let's put some of this also in her lips just to kind of bring everything together. Also just a really nice lip color. So I leave a little white spot right where there'll be a highlight. You can kind of work into that more later, but for now I'm just going to leave it as white. Just sort of flicking up into it so it creates kind of like a little, it's hard to explain, like a little bit of texture for the mouth. Okay, we'll add more to that later, but let's use this also on the pinks of her inner eye there. And I think we're done with the pink for now. Maybe just a little bit more right there. And her little nose. Okay. Yeah, Cindy, I love that too. There's there's all sorts of different products out there, and that's what makes it fun. Um, oh, Bo, please don't feel obligated to buy things just because I use them. Um, and Bo, you know, if we do meet up, you're welcome. You know, I can bring certain supplies if you want to try them out. Bo and I live close enough that we could probably meet. All right, so yeah, I'm switching to 876, which is burnt ochre 50%. Some of this is like starting to wear off of the... So the one thing I don't like about the Luminance, and this is a problem with several brands of pencils, is that number one, the printing is metallic and shiny, so it's hard to pick up on camera. And number two, it rubs off and then you don't know what color it is. So I might actually put some tape over this and write what it is before it goes away completely because it's getting hard to read. But that's just from loving it so much. I just use it and I guess I wear it out. So now I'm going to blend out the color we just put down, that pink color. I'm just going to kind of layer over it. And now we're just adding more layers as we go. It's just a process. It slowly gets darker and darker. Yay! All right, Sue, congratulations. All right, see you later, Kathy. No worries, no stress. Shave it a little, but with a box cutter and write it on the pencil. Ah, like write it right on. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Luckily, for now, I still know what it is, so that's good. And luckily I have my color chart, which I write down the number and the name, so I could always match it that way too. So it's not like I'll be totally lost, but that's one thing. And you know, it's funny, a lot of pencil brands are like that. It's not just the Luminance, so I think it might just be, you know, over time the wear. Now I have seen some people put, which I might do for my new Luminance pencils, is some people put some clear nail polish lacquer over it to keep it from wearing down. I might do that for my new ones. But for these older ones, I'm probably just gonna, since they're already worn through, I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I can't remember who I saw doing the nail polish lacquer, but I was like, that is brilliant. So, might be something to do, you know, maybe when I'm done my stream and I'm hanging out in Jen's stream, we can lacquer up our, you know, oh, thank you, Sue. Oh, that's great, Cindy. Yeah, I don't keep a book. I just make little pages and then I keep the actual color chart with the product. So like I keep it really small and it folds up and it fits right inside that little zipper pouch. And then when I take my media with me, see, I travel a lot with my supplies, so that's why I do what I do. But yeah, I just love having the color chart handy right there with whatever it is that I'm using, so that way. And I do that with my watercolor paints too. Like here, I'll show you. I'll zoom out for a second since we're talking about supplies. So my watercolor paints, you know, I have a small and a large tin. Here's my large tin. So it was actually open because I was using it earlier. So I just have all sorts of colors in here, and I just keep my color chart in this little bag and put it right on in there and then close it up. So that way I have all of the colors right there labeled with me and I know what I'm using, but it doesn't get all like messy with the watercolor. So, and then here I'll show you since I've zoomed out. So with the zipper pouch roll-up cases, I just have this little color chart here, and I just fold it on up and put it right inside here, and it zips closed, and then it's there with me to travel, and I don't have to like take a whole book with me. So if you're an artist like me who likes to work outside and travel with your supplies a lot, I've found this method to be really, really fantastic. Just works really well for me. But if you're mostly coloring at home and not taking your supplies around all over the place, then that might not be ideal for you. So it just kind of depends on what you're doing, you know, what the use is there. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for coming. Yeah. All right. Hello. Okay, so let's jump back in. We're still using 876, which is burnt ochre 50%. And we're just layering and layering. So much fun. So does anybody have any questions while we're just sort of chatting and layering? And you guys can ask me anything you like. I'm an open book. Little Miss Abby girl's being so well behaved. She's sleeping right here next to me I have like a little recliner chair that I have right next to my desk, and I mostly put it there just for her because I found that if I put a comfy chair nearby me, then sometimes I can work much more. It's not that I don't love snuggling her. That's, you know, I do take breaks often and snuggle her when she needs it, but you know, I can't hold her all day, every day. So while I'm working, she tends to sleep right next to me. It's so cute. She doesn't like being that far away. So, yeah, she's being super well behaved right now. I'm kind of surprised, actually. Let's see. Oh, Michelle, I am using, it's actually, let me grab the, let's see, where's my pad? Paper. Alright, I found it. So, I love this paper for mixed media. So I did use watercolor. Let me zoom out so you guys can see this better. So I'm using the 300 series Strathmore Bristol Vellum Surface. And this is 100 pound or 270 GSM. And it's great for light watercolor washes, markers, color pencil, so many different things. I just love this paper. It says for dry media, but as you can see here, I did use watercolor. Now it did buckle because I did it so quickly, but I can flatten it out really well, and I can actually do a video at some point on how to flatten buckled paper. But basically what you do is you wet the back of the paper and then press it in between two absorbent pieces of paper and then throw it in a big heavy book and weigh it down. And over the course of a couple hours it'll just flatten out and become really nice. And you know, so right now it's a little wonky, but I can fix that. But it takes the watercolor really beautifully. All these funny bits are just me rushing. But a lot of my other work here, I'll show you some of my other pieces where I've used this paper. Since we're sharing, I actually have a show that's coming up, so I'm preparing. So here's one. This is the same exact paper, and I've used watercolor, and then this is actually the Luminance as well, and this one too. So these are just pieces that I was doing for a series. I also have, where's the other one? Here she is. This one too I really like. It's the same media. So watercolor wash and then Luminance for the skin. So I'm just really enjoying that particular feeling. Yeah, it is a really nice bright white paper, which is cool. Yeah, Bo. Well, I haven't been. It's a juried show, so I haven't submitted my work yet. The due date is this weekend, so that's why I'm in the midst of framing them now. But I haven't been accepted yet, so I don't know if I will be in the show. Since it's a juried show, they actually, you submit the work and then they judge you, and if you aren't accepted, then you won't be in the show. But if I am in the show, I will definitely announce it. But it would be at the Philadelphia Sketch Club, which is in Center City, Philly. Hi, Andrea. Hello. Thanks for coming. So, yeah, well, I'll announce all of that, though. You'll want to follow the laura.rafferty.art Instagram. That's usually where I announce stuff like that. Hold on. Instagram. There she is. That's the account. So this is the account that I talk about my artwork on. I don't really talk about my artwork on my coloring account because I'm aware that some people are just interested in coloring and not in my random other original artwork. So, yeah. Yay. All right. But yeah, Bo, I can let you know, and anybody who's local in the area and wants to have an invitation to the event, you can email me and I will definitely make sure that you know. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I get in. We'll see. It's a works on paper show, so that counts. It's definitely on paper. But there's no like prompt for it. It's just whatever you feel like. So I'm hoping that I get in. But thing is I've never applied to anything at that show before, at that gallery. So, but it's the oldest art club in Philadelphia. They were established in like the 1800s. So it would be kind of cool to get in. We'll see. Oh man. I'm always really nervous about submitting my work to shows. I don't know why. I think it's because you're being judged. It's weird being judged, you know? Like, oh man. And I'm not professionally trained in the sense that, like, I didn't go to art school. I just took a couple classes, and I'm not... And it's funny because, like, the classes I took in college, I had one painting class, and the guy was, like, an abstract artist. And I got a really bad grade in a lot of the projects in that class because I'm more of an illustrator. I'm not an abstract artist. So he's like, you are too illustrative. And I was like, that's what I like to draw, is illustrations. Leave me alone. So I think I had a bad experience. So I'm kind of, like, I got like C's in that class because he was like very forceful about abstract being superior to illustrations and all this stuff. So I've experienced a lot of snobbery in the art community, and I think that's why I love the coloring community so much, is because nobody is like that with me. You know, nobody tells me like, oh, you shouldn't be drawing that, you know, or if they think that, then I guess they keep it to themselves. But I've always loved drawing fairies and fantasy portraits, and I don't see anything wrong with it, so, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see. I usually don't announce that though, because sometimes I don't get in and then it's kind of embarrassing, but we'll see. Oh, I'm off camera. Okay, here we go. Sorry, the delay is no good. So I'm making sure to layer up everywhere. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, like, I don't know, you guys know, I like telling stories with my artwork. When I was a little girl, my sister would always ask me to draw her things, and she would always ask me to tell her bedtime stories. And so that's really where, like, all of this comes from, is just, like, since I was a little girl, I've been telling stories and drawing pictures with them. And you know, like, we didn't have coloring books as kids. We just drew our own drawings, and so sometimes she would ask me to draw her something for her to color. So, and it was always princesses and pretty fairies and things like that. So it's just, you know, when you spend your whole life drawing stuff like that, and then somebody comes along and says, well, that's not real art, you know, that's just illustration. I'm like, well, then I just like illustrations, so leave me alone. I don't really care what you think is real art or not. But yeah, so that's my background, and that's why I love drawing what I draw. And but it's funny how, like, a lot of artists look down on illustrators as being like less than somehow. I'm definitely not a fine artist, and there's nothing wrong with that in my view, but you know, that's fine. And it's funny because now later in life I do some abstract work, like I did some encaustic wax abstracts recently on my channel, so you can see that. But the majority of my work is very, very clearly portraiture, and usually I prefer like realistic fantasy, basically. So like, it has a touch of realism to it, but it's also a little weird or different. Like, she's got a pointy ear and this funny hat, you know, so, or crown hat, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think so too, Bo. I think there's so much. I think crafts are art too, you know, like I did this little box, you know, I painted it, and then we put a sharpener in it. You know, I think that this is art too, even if it's considered a craft, you know. I mean, I'm still painting on it, and so, like, I think that these, like, snobby definitions of what is what kind of just, it's silly, because, like, you know, I have people telling me that coloring is an art, and I'm like, well, what about graphic novels? You know, you have a line artist and a colorist. What about Disney animators? You know, are they not artists? Because there's a line artist and a colorist there too. So, like, I think there's all these, like, people who just want to put things in a box and label them a certain way, and I just don't really think that that's, like, if you're having fun and doing something creative and enjoying yourself and you're not hurting anybody doing it, like, who cares, you know? I just don't like those labels. I think they're not productive or useful. So I just don't listen to people who say, you know, coloring isn't art or illustration isn't art, because whatever. So don't you pay them any mind either if you get that kind of crap, because it's just stupid. I just don't agree with it. Oh man. But that's alright. I think so too, Bo. Yep. Coloring is art, in my opinion. Alright, sorry, trying to make sure I'm in camera again, because I think I went out of camera. I'm really good about doing that. So you can see this is just slowly coming together. I'm not rushing for the camera or anything. I'm just taking my time. No need to rush. Now I know I want her hair to be a light blue. I'm almost thinking about maybe putting some of that shadow in so then I can work the color I need to into her face. Maybe I should do that. Maybe a light blue, or maybe that purple. I'm trying to decide. Let's see here. Let's do a little test. So when I'm not sure what I want to do, I have my handy dandy little scrap, and this is the same paper that I'm using. So, you know, if I make a mistake on a drawing or whatever, I just tear up the paper into little bits. No, not that purple. Maybe this one. Let's see how it layers. So even though I have a swatch chart, I find that by layering them, it really does give a sense of exactly how the colors will interact. If you're not familiar, like I haven't used these pencils a whole lot, so that's the way that I go about. And let's try this blue that we were using earlier for the skin. Maybe we'll use a combination of those two, the purple and the blue, for her hair. Yeah, I kind of like that the hair, if it's a little purple, then it'll stand out a little more from the background than just being the blue. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so the two colors we're going to use for the hair, let's do a little bit of hair and then we can work those colors into the skin. So we're going to use 630, which is Ultramarine Violet, and the same color we were using earlier, which is 661 Light Cobalt Blue. So I'm going to start with the violet, the number 630. Let's just make sure, yeah, 630. And let me rotate the paper a little bit, just that way I'm more comfy. Let's make sure it's in. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, that's nice. Kathy, I've been watching your face series. You're doing really well. If you guys don't know, Kathy Arbor is doing some how to draw faces lessons on her YouTube channel. I'm sorry I haven't been able to catch them live, but I've been watching them back. Yeah, she's giving some really nice tips in there. So just, I'm not going to worry about actually finishing the hair, but just by adding this color around the face where it will be, it'll kind of give us some context. So right now I'm just drawing some guidelines for myself. it'll give us some context that we can then use that information when we're adding these other colors in. So I'm not worried about we're not going to probably be able to finish this whole drawing today, but just by adding a little bit just around the edges really will help us kind of determine how much to add in. So really quickly, I'm already seeing that we're definitely going to put this color into the skin. Yes, she does, Kenny. You're so right. Okay, let's make sure. Yep, she's in view. So now I'm going to add the same color, the violet, right on into the edges where the hair goes. And you see how it cools off the skin tone? It'll bring them together so that the transition isn't too harsh between the skin color and the hair color. And this is how light really reacts. I mean, when you hold an object up to another object, the light reflects on each other. So that's what we're simulating here is that light bounciness that happens. That's a technical term, you know. There's some actual physics behind that, but I'm not going to bore you with that because I don't even remember it, but the concept has stuck in my head. So I think you can see here where we're going with that. Let's add a little bit more down in here and blend that out. And now I'm going to swap to the blue that we were using earlier for this bit of the skin, which is 661 light cobalt blue. I'm just going to kind of blend those together. And I love putting environmental colors in the face as well. You saw that earlier with my other drawings. I just feel like it ties everything together. Because light really does affect other things so much. Like if you've ever looked at a photograph when it's in candlelight versus a daylight, you know, the difference in the light really does change the way the whole drawing looks, or photo, or whatever it is. Just trying to bring it to a similar value, but obviously a different color. Let's also put a little back down in here. Oh, my off camera, I'm sorry. Alright, let's see here. Oh, thank you, Nanamo. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this. I'm so excited for the rest of this weekend. And let's give a big thank you to Vicky for organizing it, because, yeah, when she asked me, I was like, of course, I'll do a Christmas event. So excited about Christmas. I'm also doing the Isabel's Christmas Advent Calendar. You guys saw me stream with that. on Wednesday. So I'll be releasing some videos, probably the speeded up time-lapse videos, because that's what I've been doing. I can't possibly live stream every day, but yeah. So you guys will probably be seeing that soon. I'll release week 1 in just a little while. Okay. Yay, Vicky! And thank you to all the other streamers as well. This is going to be so much fun to watch you guys. I had a great time in Heather's stream earlier today, so I can just imagine it only gets better from here. How long have we been on? For 2.5 hours. So we have, I'm just trying to work out how much time I have until, let's see, until Jen, Reading with Pugs, is on. I think I have another hour and a half, right? Let's see. I'm not sure what's happening. What are you doing, Sue? You muting people now? Oh man. That's funny. Get some rest, honey, if you need to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot what. So this is Burnt Sienna 069. So now I'm moving into a cooler. This is the same color we were using on the lips. This is a cooler but darker brown. So just for the dark areas right under the chin here, I'm gonna add this guy in. Sorry I'm rotating the page. I just like to make my hand comfy. Don't hurt yourself now. Alright guys. Now I'm starting to fight with the texture of the paper a little bit. Taking my time and getting down into those crevices sometimes. You can also burnish those away, and that's probably what I'll do at the end. But I don't like to burnish until the very end. Because once you burnish, since these are wax based, it does get slick. So you have a hard time sort of adding more to it. You can, but it's much easier just to kind of layer until you're ready. But luckily this paper tooth is very, very nice for layering, so that's awesome. Let's make sure I'm in camera still. There's such a delay that I have to swap. Okay, good. I don't know why there's such a bad delay. When I used to stream on my phone, it wasn't, there was like almost no delay. I don't know why the different streaming methods are so different, but that's cool. Alright, let's put a little bit of depth right along her. I haven't figured out what color outfit she's going to wear. Probably like a light blue. Kind of going with a very limited palette here. But I'll just give a shadow for right now, and we can always add in another color. This is such a dark color. You can also use a lighter color if you want. If you don't, I'm like barely touching the paper. It's kind of nice how little pressure I need to get a really rich tone down. But if that's not your style of coloring, you can use a lighter color too. One of the, this is burnt sienna, the full strength. You could use the burnt sienna 50%. That might give you a little more control. So you feel free to adjust the colors based on your own coloring style. Okay, slowly coming together. Okay, Kenny, enjoy your shower. Wait, that sounded dirty too. Man, I'm having a rough time with this shower talk today, Kenny. Go get clean, alright? Yeah. Yeah, we all live in a different part of the world, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. You guys are great. I have so much fun with you. Alright, now her eyes are looking really weird because we've gotten some color down everywhere around her face except her eyes. So let's do some eyes really quickly, and this will kind of flesh out the color palette that we've chosen as well, because at this point now I think I have almost every color I want to use except for the eye color, which I think I want to be a bright violet. Maybe this one. Here, let's zoom out for a second while we're doing that. Yeah, I think if I mix these two together, this is going to be and then we're going to need a gray for the, and my favorite gray is one that I have from my old set. Yep, this one here. Okay. I'm just looking. See, I can use this violet. I'm thinking about using the violet for the crystals. I might have to introduce some reds for the cardinal here. But you could also color this any other color. It doesn't have to be a red cardinal. It could be a made-up bird too. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's start out with the gray. So I'm going to zoom in real tight so that way you guys can see. And this one's fairly sharpened, but the others I'm going to need to sharpen. Okay, let's zoom in a little more actually. There we go. You guys can see pretty well what's going on now, I think. What's happening? Hello. Kenny, go get in your shower. Okay. So I'm going to swap to violet gray. This is 093. I love this color for the whites of the eyes. And what we're going to do, we're going to start out light just like everywhere else, and we're going to work our way darker. But for now, let's just get this kind of, let's get all the values to the same sort of level that we're doing. So that way it doesn't look funny. So yeah, we'll definitely go darker, especially right under the eyelashes at some point. But for right now, let's just get it so it's nice and soft there. So what I do for the eyes is wherever you've shaded the upper eyelid, you kind of want to make sure that that shadow falls all the way down. Even though it's a white of the eye, you still really, it's more gray than white most times. The only bright spot on the eye is that little dot that I've given you guys. That'll be bright white, but everywhere else is going to be mostly gray. Okay. Now it looks even funnier because her eye isn't filled in. So let's do that. Let me sharpen this guy though. Thanks, Nanimo. She's getting there. She'll be fine. There we go. This guy's a little funny, isn't it? Hold on. Okay. That's why it was blunt. Let me just really quickly sharpen this. By scribbling. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I have a point. It may look blunt. I'm just concerned about this. It's a kind of so soft, it's kind of a little crumbly, so I'm concerned about trying to sharpen it to a full point. But we'll be okay. So I'm just going right under the eyelash line. And then also, there's usually a dark ring around the iris. So I'm just using this really, really dark. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say the name, did I? It's 120 Violet. So I'm using this really dark color. Hi, Cassandra. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Hello, hello. Alright, I don't know why I'm going shaky all of a sudden. Sorry, guys. Sometimes my stage fright just kicks in when I'm not expecting it. Okay. Alright. So now let's fill in the other bit of the iris for now, and I'm just going to layer this really gently. We're going to probably add more layers later, but this is the 630 Ultramarine Violet. And let's just add a little color. It's automatically going to make it look less weird. And then we can layer more later. Okay, let me take a drink of water. Maybe that'll settle me down a little. Yeah, I do suffer from stage fright still. I get better, but it's not easy. But, you know, I do enjoy teaching and helping, so I don't like it to stop me from trying to do my thing. Alright, so I'm going to put those aside for now, and let's go back to the skin. Yes, I think I will use Burnt Ochre 50%, which is number 876. We're going to jump back to working on the skin now that we have kind of established some color around the face and the eyes and all that. Now I'm going to really start to kind of dig in and do more of the skin now that we have a better idea, more context as far as what colors we're going to be using. So you can see here I'm starting over here by the eye where we were just at. And I know that I'll be using those violet colors in the eyebrows. I'm going to try and kind of avoid that area just so that it's a nice bright color. But I want to put the eyebrows in after I'm done the skin, because otherwise the violet will kind of smudge in and be really hard, you know, to kind of work around. So the same thing with the eyelashes. I'm going to put the eyelashes in probably last. And that's usually what I do. Okay, so now I'm going to rotate the page again. Let's make sure we're in camera. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Loretta. Aw. Well, best thing to do is rest up. Okay, so let's... give some more shadows to this nose. So I'm just following from the corner of the eye to the nostril will be in shadow, but it's going to be not as dark as up here. So I'm just giving definition to the nose more, giving her more depth. And in some areas, like right here, I'm barely touching the paper, but I do want to add more color in there. You can kind of see, I hope, that even though I'm layering really lightly, it does add slowly just a little bit more darkness each time I layer. And this is a great way, especially if you're timid like me and you don't want to go in full force. If you're a little scared to go in heavy-handed, and that's okay. You know, just layer and layer until it starts to look right for you. There's nothing wrong with that. I've always been sort of like a little timid about, especially skin tone, just like going in too hard, so I tend to just take my time. And I think that's why it's so meditative for me too, is because I just sort of lose myself in it. And I know it looks weird with her eyebrow not there, but I'm not going to touch that for now. Sorry guys. If you can imagine though, that's going to be a dark purple, sort of like her eye color. Alright, let's put in a little more shadow right here. Oh, I see. Well, just do the best you can. I don't know what to tell you. She's getting there. This is coming along. Alright. And I know this isn't super Christmassy, but it's definitely a wintertime page. I just did a whole bunch of Christmas things for the advent calendar, those drawings, so I just felt like drawing something a little more wintry inspired. So that's why I went with this. But I'm sure that the other streamers are going to be doing much more, like Heather's this morning. Oh my gosh, so cute, that little Christmas tree lady. So you'll be getting some much more Christmassy stuff from them. I thought this might be alright though. It kind of counts, right, Vicky? Does it count? And you can color, you don't have to color her in the icy colors, you know, you could also color, like, I have berries up here, so you could color it red and green for sure. You know, give her red hair and green eyes and, yep. So it's really up to you how you want to color it. Okay, so now I'm starting to, remember we were saying earlier how we're going to layer the skin tones over these blues? This is where I'm going to start to do that. I just don't want it to be as blue as it is right now. So we're going to knock back some of that blue by layering this color over it. And it just gives it a hint of the blue without being like so dramatic. Now I might leave it a little bit down here, but in this shadowy spot, I think it works really well to mix in the skin tone color. I'm going to do the same thing over here in her cheek. Yep, it's getting there. Slowly. So now I'm starting to focus on smoothing out the skin, and sometimes you'll see I just take a moment and just really get into one little small spot, which is actually like a valley in the paper, you know, like a peak in a valley. Like it's like somewhere where the pigment hasn't been able to settle into quite yet, so I just take my time, kind of work it in where it's needed. Okay, let's take care of these ears here, which I've kind of neglected a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm neglecting chat too. Yeah, Sue, I actually do have some, I do have some drawings which are older, in my book especially. I can show you guys really quick. I can take a little coloring break. Let me zoom out. So in my book I have, especially the older couple, and I can definitely color this on stream at some point for you. So here's an older couple that I drew. So you see she's got wrinkles, so does he. So there's that. And this is actually inspired by my grandparents. So I never really got to know them, but that's because they both passed away before I was old enough to remember them. But and then here's another older fellow in my book. So I definitely do draw older folks. It's just that I've found that not a whole lot of people color them, so I don't draw them as often because they're just not as high in demand. I think those are the two oldest people drawings, but I do some, like, I consider her to be more mid-age, not like a very young. So there's a large variety of different age ranges. I do young kids, all kinds of ages in my book. There's another kid in here. Where is he? Little boy. Well, there's this mommy and baby, and then this little boy with his kitty cat, which that's actually Abby. I drew her, and you know, I was like, okay, she can be in my book. She's actually in my book twice. The other one is this one. So this is Abby as well. Now, obviously, you can color it however you want, but when I drew both of those kitty cats, I was looking at my kitty cat. So, yeah, I think those, and here's another kid. So I do draw all kinds of ages. And so, yeah. So, yeah, we can do the older couple on stream if you'd like. Hi, Helly. How you doing? We were just talking about different age groups. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay. All right, back to it. So we've been doing this for 3 hours, guys. It's crazy how long it can take. You got it, Sue. Okay. So what do I want to do next? Kind of want to keep going on the skin. We're using 876 still. Let's just smooth this out. It's funny how like things just stand out to you, like, oh, I need to fix that. Let's move this nose into the right value level. Alright, let me fix this. Let's just fix this eye. Like that. And this side too. So whenever I'm working on eyes, I try and do what I do on one side to the other side. Because again, it's just a matter of not needing to remember what I did later. I've run into trouble not doing that. So, learned my lesson the hard way. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Nanamo. Hi, Shannon. Yay. I think I said hi to you earlier, but if I didn't, my bad. Alright, so now under her mouth needs a little more. So I just jump around. Until it's all seems to look right. Yeah, these pencils on this paper in particular are just so nice. I mean, I can layer and layer and layer. Seems like, until I burnish, it seems like you could just layer forever. I'm probably sure you can't, but I haven't really hit a limit yet. So that's fun. All right, now that we did that, let's bring up the neck to the same level. So you guys see I'm constantly moving around. Now we're not going to leave the white of the paper white. I just sort of work my way. I'm using the mid-tone here. I'm going to work my way to the darks first, and then I work my way into the very light lights. The light areas are the easiest to mess up, because if you go too dark in a dark spot, it's less noticeable than if you go too dark in a light spot, if that makes sense. So it's all about value, and value is how dark or light something is, in case I'm just talking art babble to some of you. So yeah, it's all about the value more than the color. If you have the right value, then it really does work, no matter what color it is. So I work to the darks first. Darken up all my darks to the point that I think they need to be, and then I work towards the lights. And so you can clearly see it does take a long time when you do it this way. I know it takes some patience, but it's just the way that I prefer. I do spend a long time on my drawings. But I'm hoping to get at least a good portion of this done so that you guys can really see enough to kind of go about it yourself. So is anybody here experienced with grayscale coloring and has tips on how they would approach this? Because see, I'm doing it with the line art. I don't know if these are going to be the right colors for grayscale coloring. So if anybody can just kind of give some advice in the chat, that would be amazing. Because I'm thinking about trying to maybe color this in grayscale as well, like print it out in grayscale and try coloring it, but I'm kind of nervous about it. So if you guys have any good tips about how you go about the grayscale coloring, because see, my whole life I've just colored line art, so I'm kind of nervous about the grayscale bit. It seems like it would be really hard to do. But maybe I'm just being goofy. Oh good, Nanimo. Yeah, I love layering. I'm a layering girl. And I do that not just with faces, but just about everything. Okay. Okay, Shannon. you gotta maybe tell me what colors you used or how you did it, because I don't know, I just am so, it's funny how we get scared of something we just don't really know anything about. But I've seen a lot of people color grayscale with like markers. Like Belinda does that a lot. But I really haven't seen a whole lot of people, or maybe I'm just missing their streams or something, but color grayscale with pencil. And I do prefer coloring skin with pencil over marker, me personally. But maybe, okay. What, Shannon? Okay. That's a good tip, Nanimo. See, I used... Nanimo, if you do color this one, let me know which file you use. Like, which one, because I provided 3 different levels of grayscale, so I'm just curious which one works better for you. Okay, Helly. Yeah, I've been hearing that too. See, I don't know what's too dark and what's too light, so I just kind of like, I was like, okay, well, I'll scan it at different bits and you know, and I just sort of, like, the lightest one I lightened up in Photoshop. So I just sort of like, put a layer of white over it, and then, yeah, basically just lightened it up in Photoshop until it looked lighter. But yeah, I'm just curious sort of which, yeah, I'm trying to do my best, but you guys, I'm so new to drawing grayscale, so if you guys have any suggestions or you want to see me do something a little differently, I'm very, very open to that. I'm always trying to learn how to do better, so if there is a better way to do it, because I've drawn grayscale my whole life, but never for coloring books. It's totally different for coloring. Because like normal grayscale, like that you draw just as a drawing, it can be very dark. And I do tend to get real punchy with the values, like draw really dark darks, but I realize that's probably not the best way to do it for coloring, because then you're dealing with the printer ink and that texture is weird. Like to color over, I mean. Let's see. Oh, Nanimo, just color what you feel like coloring. You don't have to color all of them. You don't have to do all of them. But yeah, just let me know which one you like better. I'm always curious to hear feedback like that. So if you, and you know, if you're watching this back, you're not in the chat, you know, or whatever, this applies to anybody. You can feel free to either, you know, write a comment or email me and let me know. I love to know what you guys like, because it seems to me like different people like different things, and you know, I'm trying to like figure out the best way to go about this going forward. So that's why I'm offering different versions and different options for people. But if there's a way I can do better, I'm really open to that, because I think that's the best way. Hearing from you guys and knowing what works, that's the best way for me to get better. Because I'm always trying to learn and do better each time. Okay, this side of her face is in the light, but I do think she'll have some shading. Like, real gentle. Just going right there. I don't even know if you can see it, but I can see it. Oh, Vicky. Okay, wait. Yeah, a lot depends on the paper it's printed. Vicky said, I tried to rest. Okay, you tried a mid-tone on the darkest places. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I guess it's just intimidating to me, Nanimo, because I've always just drawn my own work in line art first and then colored it in. So it's a totally different process for me. Shannon, I've only used 3 colors for my skin, so don't say that. Darker mid-tone. Okay. Oh, this is all really good information. Yeah, I don't think there's any right number of colors for skin tone. I think it's all a matter of, um, you know, how, what look you're going for and what colors you're using, and yeah, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, there's been portraits I did where I only used red, yellow, and blue and didn't use any skin tone at all. So, that was actually one of my first videos actually on my channel, I think, a long time ago. I could do another one. That one was sped up though, so I could do a real-time version, real-time coloring like that sometime if you guys want. But yeah, there's no right color for skin tone. You can use any colors to make skin. There was one portrait I did where I used green and red to make skin tone, so that was really tricky. So yeah, there's so many ways to approach it. I don't think there's any right way. Yeah, Shannon. Well, that's because I'm slow. I'm slow. I don't even know how to explain. Like people are like, "Oh, will you color this for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it might be next year, but by the time you get it, I'm so slow." That's just me. And that's how I am with just about everything. I mean, you guys see me, my real-time videos. I mean, I'm sure it's a snooze fest. I'm surprised you guys are still here. Oh, so funny. And I know a lot of people do sleep in my videos. I think that's why. Like, was Sue earlier? She fell asleep? Yeah, it's fine. I don't take offense to it at all. I know it's just really slow. But you know, I'm sort of good for like if you have insomnia and you have trouble sleeping, just put on one of my videos. It might help you pass out. And I don't take offense to that either. I've had people tell me that's what they use my channel for, is just to help them sleep. Hey, you know, whatever works. I'm happy. Oh, Sue, you're taking. Uh, have a great time with your hubby. Uh-huh. Hey, Kenny, you're back. Welcome back. Are you all squeaky? Squeaky clean. Hi, Michaela. Sure you can. You just gotta try. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Ghislaine. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Can we get a shout out for Ghislaine in the chat? You finally found the cure, Nanimo? To what? Oh, Vicky, yeah, I understand. A lot of people tell me that, so that's why I'm starting to do grayscale, because I figured, I don't want to make people scared, so I figure, if I just offer both line art, which is what I prefer, and grayscale, which is what a lot of other people prefer, then we're all happy. So I do not mind doing that. And for people who are just popping in, I can show. Let me grab the original drawing. Where are you? There you are. So this is the original drawing. I actually did it at a slightly larger size. Let's see, am I zoomed out? Oh yeah, whoops, I should have been zoomed in. So I did it at a larger size than what I'm coloring at. So this is marker. It's like the fine liner marker. It's also ballpoint pen, and the grayscale is graphite. I used both powdered graphite and also graphite pencils. So that is the grayscale version, and I've lightened it up too, so there's lighter versions as well. So this lady does come in grayscale, and I think I'll be doing that from now on. Kind of trying to find my grayscale style as far as portraits go for coloring, but trying to oh, Nanimo insomnia. I'm sorry you have insomnia. Aww. Thank you, Nanimo. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. The grayscale does take a long time, but I did really enjoy doing it. So, alright, so we're going to switch to a new color. This is 872. This is Burnt Ochre 10%, so it's still part of the same family we've been using, but it's just the lighter version. What I'm going to start doing is, even though I don't have the darks exactly where I want them, I do want to start layering in some more lighter tones, just to kind of work towards this white of the paper is kind of bothering me. So if it bothers you, just go ahead and work wherever you want. We can break all the rules. Okay, so just under the nose, I'm going to connect right down here to here, her upper lip, and create more of a plane of the face right there. Now this is tricky to get just right, so I go in with a light color, but the white was bothering me there. It's like, that's not right, it's not white. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Yeah, I've just always, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not zoomed in. I've always drawn from life and not, that's how I learned. And now when I draw from my imagination, they just look realistic because that's what I'm used to doing. Yeah, I just like drawing realism. Now I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, so, but there's so many other illustrators out there who do very, very cute, like Hannah Lynn, and just such cute cartoony faces. So I figure, why do something that I'm not really like good at or that I am interested in? I really love drawing realistic faces. It's just sort of always been where I gravitated towards. So yep. But there's nothing wrong. I love all the styles, and when I'm coloring other people's work, I do color other styles of portraits. You can see that on my Instagram. Like I color Hannah Carlson's work and all kinds of portraits. So. So now over here looks too light. Am I in camera? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do me, Nanamo. That's all we can do, right? You do what makes you happy. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed the Santa lady. Yay! Oh, is it time to leave, Shannon? Am I over? Oh my gosh. Oh, did I say something naughty and I didn't mean to, Vicky? Oh my gosh, what did I say? Oh yeah, maybe I did. Whoops. This is an adult coloring channel. This is just a public service announcement. If you're a child, please don't look. Oh my. My bad. I do that a lot. I did not mean that to sound dirty. I'm sorry. My bad. Whoops. Oh, okay, I'm okay. Hey, Shannon, will you give me a heads up when I need to stop? Are you going to be around? Hi, Joey. Oh, Andrea, one of my favorite illustrators of all time is Tomislav Tomic. I can show you guys if you want to see some of my work in his books. Let's see. Oh, okay. Helly was asking when Vicky streams. Got it. Yeah, and Tomislav Tomic's work is like completely different to my work. And I don't know why, I just love his work so much that I have like 3 or 4 copies of each of his books. And they're not cheap either. I don't care though. I'll probably keep buying them until they sell out. Jeez, it's so bad. But the thing is like, what if I want to color the same page like later on, you know, some other time? I don't know. I'm aware that some books sell out and never get reprinted, so like, no. See, I have, I think, 3 copies of Zemlya Snova and 2 or 3 copies of Villain San, and I'll probably buy more. Why? I don't know. I'm so bad. So bad. But I like supporting the artists that I really love, though, too. But there's a lot of other illustrators. I have so many coloring books. And if you guys want to see, I did a coloring book, an all my coloring books video a while ago. And you can kind of see the large variety of books I have. But let's see here. Yeah, Nanamo, you guys want to see? Oh, you had fun with Ice Mantle. Yeah, that does sound dirty. Whoa, Vicky. Yeah, definitely an adult coloring channel. Okay, yeah, I'll take a quick break and we'll show you some of my favorite pages from his books. Hold on. Oh man, Vicky, you guys, oh, you crack me up. Okay, so I'll take you on a little Tomislav tour, if you will. The Tomislav tour. Okay, so Nanamo. So the first book I got of his was Zemlya Snova, and the first page I ever colored was the Mouse Rider lady. Where are you? Sorry, I'm not prepared for this. Here she is. Oh, I just love this page. So, let me make sure you guys can see this. Let's see, where is that? Oh yeah, yeah. So This is Tombow brush marker and Prismacolor and some fine liners and gel pens, all kinds of material I use for this page. So sorry about the glare, but you guys can kind of see. Now this is a really old page, but it's held up pretty well. It's only kind of smudged a little bit. So there's that one. And then the second page I think I did was a color along with my friend Cindy, and we did this one together. This is really fun too. Oh, why is that doing that? Huh, that's weird. Is the... Oh no, is this freaking out? Why is the... Okay. Why is the picture freaking out? I don't know why my picture is freaking out. Sorry. What the heck? Huh. Alright, wait, hold on. Is it because... Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. Huh. Sorry, technical difficulties. Just checking out the camera. That's weird. I don't even know what to say. Everything is plugged in well. There we go. I just unplugged it and replugged it in. Hopefully that helps. I don't know what to say. Sorry, guys. Too much color. Zoom? Let's see. That seemed to have done it. I think the camera was just like, I don't know, just wigging out. Anyway. Shannon. So yeah, there's this page that I did next. And then in this book, I have started, this is almost done. This is a whip that I've been working on for a while now. This is hard to see. But she's not quite done yet. And then another page that I did in this book, I actually removed the page and mounted it on canvas, and it's this page. I don't know if you guys can see this too well. Let's see, focus. There we go. So I've been working on this one for a while too. I just kind of poke around with it every once in a while. Really fun. I used a lot of metallic paint, if you guys can see it. So this is on canvas, and I did like a faux wood frame. I just have been using like textured paste to create a frame for it, but it's on a canvas, that it's not actually framed. So that was a whole lot of fun. And then in the Villain book, we did, yeah, I think just unplugging it and plugging it in. It's like anything else, you just need to reset. And then in the Villain book, I did this page. Thanks, guys. Yeah, acrylic is where I'm most comfortable. I was not really a color pencil artist before I started coloring, so I'm more used to acrylics. But this one here is also in Tombow and then Prismacolor and then some white gel pens. So this method I use a lot in his books, the Tombow method, which that's what I'm showing in my current live stream series. And then I did this one for an all yellow page challenge, which was so hard because I don't usually use yellow, and I don't know if you guys can see, but there's so much glitter, like so much glitter on this page. So much glitter and sparklies. I did that like up here where she's touching, but yeah, there's like glitter on her and all over the place. So that was a whole lot of fun too. I don't know if I'll ever be doing another yellow page again, just because it was so outside my comfort zone. And then the one that we're working on now in the live streams, this is again the Tombows, and then we're using Prismacolor, and then we'll probably use either a gel pen or an acrylic paint to go over the lines. So this is what we're working on in my current Tuesday live stream series. So I've done a lot of his work, but honestly, it's just that they take a long time because there's so much detail. They're so different from my work. But I don't know why, I just love his work so much. So that is the Tombow, the Tomislav tour, the Tombow tour. Oh my gosh. All right. A little break is over. Let's go back to our drawing. Thank you guys. Yep, but I do work in a lot of other books. Another favorite of mine is Emily Linda Hall Oberg. I have done a lot of her work too. You guys can see all of my stuff over on my Instagram account. I'm switching back, or I'm still using 872 Burnt Ochre 10%. And let's zoom in again. Hi, Charisma? Did I just butcher that? I'm really sorry. I don't know if I said that right. Charisma? I think that's maybe right. Yeah, I think that's why I like it, Nanamo, is I love fantasy art, and so I think that's why I'm drawn to his work, is I just really love fantasy, and since his style is so different from mine, it's kind of like a way for me to kind of like try new things and explore something outside of my comfort zone in a way that's still like, I don't know, it's still in my own like wheelhouse, if you will, because I just love fantasy, but it's not my work. It's not realistic, and it's not like I tend to do less detail. I don't know, it's just hard to explain. He's just got his own way, and I like it. But yeah, you can see all of my coloring on my Instagram, the same username, lauracolorstoo. I put them all on there. Yeah, I think the one I've actually colored the most of is Emily Linda Hall Oberg, or maybe Hannah Carlson. I've done a lot of those two ladies as well. So I'm not really like, and I've also done a lot of Kirby Roseanne's work and a lot of Johanna Basford's work. So I'm not really stuck on one particular illustrator. I find that it really does, and of course then I have a lot of other books, like I love Grazia Salvo's work. I'm actually working on, did I show you guys the one I'm working on of the steampunk? I think I have it right here. This is like show and tell hour. This is what happens when you get me for more than an hour. I'm so all over the place. So for the steampunk freakout, which I did with CME, let's see here. I'll show you guys. This is a work in progress as well, and I don't even think Grazia has seen it up to this point, but there's what I'm working on her page. So, and she has a heart of gold. Get it? She's an angel with a heart of gold. So that's how far I've gotten so far on this page. Just really enjoying taking my time on that one too. So yeah, I have a lot of favorites. It's really hard to pick just one. But I think that's what's nice about coloring is there's so much variety. Whoa. Uh-oh.
Hi everybody. Welcome.
Wait, sorry, hold on. My TV has just gone crazy.
Charlotte and Vicky and Kenny.
This is
and
Heather.
Laura. Welcome.
I just turned off my TV because my TV just literally came on with Heather's stream that I was watching earlier. What? Do you have all my coloring pages video? No, Vicky, I don't. So, a lot of the times I gift away my pages once I'm done with them. So I don't have all of my coloring pages, but I do have a coloring book tour. Yeah, I do have a coloring book tour where I have shown a whole lot of my coloring, but yeah, that was crazy, right? I don't know what happened to my TV. I was watching Heather like hours ago, and all of a sudden it just popped on again. I don't even know what to say. But hold on, let me find you guys my coloring book tour that I did this year. Oh my goodness. That was so funny. How embarrassing. This is live, guys. I don't know what else to say. Here we go. So this was about 3 months ago. You guys can see all the books I have and then a lot of the pages that I've done. But the place where they're all... Isn't that weird, Nanamo? But you can see all of the pages that I've done. I always take a photo right after I'm done and put them on my Instagram account, lauracolorstoo. So that would be the place to find every single thing I've colored. And I started my Instagram account when I started coloring, so it's like from the very beginning. But yeah, I gift away. See, I can't sell the pages because they're, you know, they're copyrighted by the illustrators and all that, but I do give them away as gifts a lot. So once they're gone, obviously I can't show them anymore, but that's okay. I still have a record of everything over on my Insta. Yeah, you guys can see a good deal of it in that coloring book tour. That was weird, Kenny. Weird, Vicky. I don't know. No, Joey, I don't have a surge. And I'm like, all of my electronics are on a surge protector as well. But like my lights didn't flicker or anything. I don't know. That was weird. You know, I'm wondering, because I had my Chromecast still casting and I didn't turn it off. Maybe, you know, honestly, I don't know. That was weird. I've never had a stream start up again without me saying to start up. So, I don't know, but Heather wanted to come back and visit. I had her on my TV earlier today. It was really fun to watch her. Maybe it's just a reminder to go plug Heather's channel. So go watch Heather's channel. Maybe the universe wants us all to go and watch Heather. So if you want to go and watch her instead of me, that's totally fine. The universe told us to. Yeah, Helly, my turtle page. Yeah, I still have that one. It is falling out of the book, though. That Mythomorphia copy is just falling apart. But, yeah, I still have the turtle page. Mostly because it's hard to gift double page spreads, because then you have to, like, I find that once you take them out of the book, like, putting them together, I don't know how I would do that. But yeah, that book is so delicate. I've bought several copies of Mythomorphia though, so I don't even work in that book anymore. I just kind of leave it alone. But a lot of my books are very well loved. But I don't find anything wrong with that. You know, it's like, you know, a lot of people would be upset, like my copy of Serene fell apart, like, and I think it's just because I really do like work in them, like I use them. But you know, I think a lot of people would be upset about it, but honestly, I think that a well-loved falling apart book is so much more fun than something that sits on the shelf pristine and untouched. So I'm just gonna love my books until they fall apart. I'm not, you know, I'm not afraid of using them. And I know some people would be mad about that, but whatever. Oh my gosh. Hi, Zucchini. Hello. Oh my gosh, so good to see you, Caran. I don't think I've seen you here in a while. Yeah, Nanamo, maybe it's a ghost in my apartment. I would not be surprised. Your cats turn your lights and TV on, Charisma. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. I'm glad Abby doesn't do that. That would freak me out. Yeah, Nanamo, a couple of pages fell out of my copy of Serene. But the thing is like I can still color them, so I didn't cry. It's cool. No big deal. That's another book I really love. I've colored a lot in that book too. I think 3 pages now. Which I guess isn't a lot, but for me, I have so many books, so it's a lot to me. So I'm working in the light areas, starting to soften out and kind of work towards that white. I don't really want any of the white of the paper showing except for a tiny little bit. So I just keep kind of layering until I get it this nice light burnt ochre color. Alright, so now I'm seeing it's kind of coming together in the white areas, be less stark. So I want to go in and do the darker areas now. Just a moment. Oh, I should do the neck too. Don't forget the other parts besides the face. So I'll probably come in and put even more layers of that, but it feels a lot less bright to me now. Alright, I'll do the neck as well. Aw, love you too, Andrea. Thank you for coming. Joey, I need an exorcist. Oh my goodness. As if my anxiety isn't bad enough. Now I've got a ghost, it seems. That's fine. I'll be alright. That was funny. At least it was Heather. That's a friendly voice to have, so that's alright. At least it wasn't some crazy video, like scary video or something. That would freak me out. But I'm thinking it's because I was playing it earlier and maybe like, I don't know. I don't know how that happened because I'm not. Let's see, I cast it from my phone. Let me look at my phone. No, the YouTube app isn't even open. I don't even know what to tell ya. Guys, that was weird. Oh, my phone is charged though. I'll unplug it. But yeah, that was, I don't even know. I'm looking at my phone now. Yeah. I don't know. It's not, the YouTube app isn't open on my phone. So I don't know if it was like, see, I have a Chromecast. Maybe it was Chromecast bugging out. It was really weird though. Oh man. 15 minutes. Thank you, Shannon. Oh, it is creepy. That's okay though. I'll just take it as a sign that Heather wanted us to watch her channel, maybe? We have to go watch Heather's channel. Well, after me, go watch go watch Reading with Pugs, and I'll put a link in the chat when we're closer to, because Jen's up next, I believe. But then after that, go watch Heather, cause yeah. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Okay. So just adding this color. I'm not burnishing, but I'm kind of just filling in any white spaces or places where it needs a little more layers. Okay, so now I'm going to move to some darker colors. Oh, thank you, Shannon. You're so helpful. Oh, what movie? That's weird. That's weird too, Charisma. No way. Creepy. You guys heard that right though. Like, I was sitting here coloring, minding my own business. I did not touch anything. So now I'm moving to Burnt Sienna 069. And we're gonna work in the dark areas. I only have 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna be able to finish this, but let's get at least some of this done. The key spots that I think we're gonna need to make this really pop. And then I think you guys can take it from there. So we'll do a dark area right here. Right here. You heard nothing? Okay, maybe it was just me. Maybe I made that up. I don't know. I definitely heard Heather, and her video that I was watching earlier today came on my TV, and I was watching it on my TV, as if like it restarted itself somehow, even though I wasn't. I don't even know. Okay, so let's do some of the lips here. Let's see. Am I zoomed in enough? Hold on. Christina, I think we're still on. Are we still on? I think we're still on. Now you heard it. Okay, I'm not crazy. Shannon's just messing with me, girl. Oh man. Shannon. Oh, what a day. It didn't seem to bother Abby, though, so I'm thinking it wasn't a ghost. Because Abby is contentedly sleeping. And I think kitties are really good at sensing something funny. I think it was a tech glitch. Abby, what do you think? Was there a ghost here? I like how I talk to her like she's going to answer me back. It's really good. This is what happens when you live by yourself, guys. Oh my goodness. You start talking to your animals like they can talk back. Okay, I'm going to put some gray in here. Let's see here. Thank you, guys. Okay, Loretta. Well, we have a gemstones and crystals tutorial on the channel, and I will continue with that series. So you can always look at something like that, but you can also, I know Passionista Colorista, oh I'm sorry, I switched colors, it's 093 Violet Gray. I know Passionista Colorista has done some crystal tutorials, and I'm sure there's other channels out there which I'm forgetting too. But yeah, if, you know, obviously this is not going to appeal to everybody. I just, I think crystals remind me of snowflakes because they're both that six-sided, you know, molecular structure, if you will. So I just like, I like doing crystals when I'm doing snowflakes. Yeah, it sounds like you're having an issue there too, Loretta. I don't know what to say. Alright, I'm swapping to another color we used already, 571 Anthraquinoid Pink. I'm just going to work a little bit more on her mouth. I had a feeling I wouldn't be able to finish this whole drawing in only a few hours. But I hope that this gives you guys a little bit of help knowing where to put the shadows if you're using the line art, and what colors I would use for the Luminance pencils. Yep, and put a little more of that right there. Okay, so her nose is what's bothering me now, so I'm going to work on that some. Switching to 077. I have a couple more minutes, right? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to just work really quickly and try and fix this nose for you guys. Now that we have all the lights and a lot of the darks down, I see what needs adding here. Okay, so I went a little too far with that. Hold on, let me grab my kneaded eraser really quick and just lift a little bit. Just went a little too far with some of that there. Just lifted it up. No big deal, guys. Everybody makes mistakes. Nothing to be ashamed of. Okay. See, this is probably going to take me several more hours to do. But I hope this helps a little bit with at least getting kind of a sense of where I would go with it. And if I do finish this, I will post it on my Instagram for sure. I may or may not. I don't know. We'll see. But it was so much fun to chat with you guys and get scared by my television. It was crazy. So lesson learned, don't leave your TV on after you're done watching it. It was weird though, because it was just, you know how, I don't know if any of you have a Chromecast, but you know how it just cycles through like random beautiful photographs when you're not watching something? Like that's what it was doing, and then it just popped on with Heather's stream. So weird. I can't figure out why. But that's okay. Okay, so yeah, I could definitely go on and on. But I think we're getting close to finishing time. Yeah, 5 minutes. Thank you, Shannon. You're awesome. Yay. I think noses are difficult, Loretta, because they are actually very subtle in a lot of ways, so it's hard. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though. It's just a matter of practice, and you'll get good. This nose isn't completely finished, but let's just see if I can at least get it to a point where it doesn't look funny. But you guys can see where I'm going, and the grayscale version should help out with any issue on where to put lights and darks. So even if you're working with the line art version, if you're struggling, then take a peek at the grayscale, because I did try to really shade out everything in that version. It's not just like an abbreviated grayscale like my book is, it's like full grayscale basically. So I tried to help out. Yeah, I could keep going and going, but I think we're going to have to stop here for now, so that way we can all head on over to Reading with Pugs. Let me grab her channel. Copy that. Yeah, I don't see her yet, but everybody go over here. And her video should start in just a bit. Yeah, Joey, I think I'm going to do a purple hair color, like a purpley blue. Sort of like her eyes. And I'll be doing the cardinal rather, in a, like a muted red sort of thing, and same with the berries. So there'll be pops of red, but mostly blues and purples and the browns of the branches. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you had fun. I'm going to give a shout out before we get going. We've got Shannon, Loretta, Nana Mo, Charisma, Joey, Helly. Who else? We've got Caran. Vicky, thank you so much for this fun event. Hi, thank you so much, Christina. Who else is here? Joey, Suzanne. Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun. Let's see. I think that's it. If anybody has any questions, just don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. I'll be putting links in the description to all the materials I've used today at some point, either later today or tomorrow. And yeah, go over and see Jen reading with pugs. She should be on in just a moment. Thanks, guys. Bye. How do I end this? Oh, yeah.